Hi everyone, and welcome to another video in this series about tarot cards and love. Doing the Tower today. And is this a good or bad card to get in love? So, as you can see, this card, it's very dramatic. So it speaks of drama and often intense emotions. So when it shows up in love, it means you will be dealing with intense emotions that makes you feel like you're falling from a high place and safety is gone. Now, this is not how I would recommend anyone to feel in a relationship. So if you're in a relationship that's triggering to you, that can be a bad sign. And it could mean that you're going to find something out that is shocking to you. So in a relationship, it can mean that there's a shocking element in this relationship, or that you're constantly being triggered and there's constantly drama and anger. The Tower is connected to Mars, the planet of war, anger and destruction. And it can also be very a motivating energy as well, as seen in more of the Emperor, which is another Mars energy. But when it's the Tower, it is more the rage. It's anger and rage. So this can actually be a warning to be very careful. If you are dating, it can be a sign that you shouldn't go on the date. You need to be more careful, and maybe dating is not what you need right now. If you are asking about a new relationship, you're getting into a new relationship and you're getting the Tower again, it means that it can maybe it begins quickly, moves forward quickly, but it ends quickly as well, and it's something shocking that happens. Maybe it ends without you even knowing why it ends. Why it is shocking, the Tower doesn't say why it is shocking, it just says that it is shocking. So, sometimes people don't know why a relationship ends. They end surprisingly, and it leaves perhaps the seeker to feel completely abandoned, and whatever emotion it is triggering, it is an emotion that is causing a lot of upheaval in the seeker's life. So sometimes the Tower also denote in love that you will enter into a relationship where you will resolve something that is unhealed from childhood. So it's like the relationship reminds you of one of your parents, or a situation where you felt very vulnerable, and maybe you were very vulnerable growing up, and this relationship is almost like a reenactment of what you already went through, but this time you're going through it as an adult. And it will be triggering, but you are surviving it as an adult, and you're getting there for a different perspective. And this Tower here can finally come down. If you're in a relationship that is going really well, and everything is going great, and then you get a Tower, it can speak of again, something shocking, but sometimes it also speaks of that perhaps something that affects both of you together, that you're going through together as a couple. Maybe loss of income, loss of security, loss of something that were really important to you. Maybe a loss of home even. Maybe there's something in your life that is like a rug that's just completely ripped under your feet, and you both fall over together, and you have to go through this together. You know what it means and where you're at in your relationship. It can also mean maybe you are suddenly not getting on. You used to get on, now you're not getting on because there's new elements in your relationship that's causing stress. Maybe there's new stress that didn't used to be there. It's almost always a spiritual element to it. It's like your faith. How much faith have you got? What are you believing about yourself on a deeper level? And do you trust? And how do you trust? Do you believe your prayers will be answered? Do you believe there is something bigger than yourself that you can depend on, that's an invisible force? Or are you depending too much on the material? So with the Tower, it's like the answer really is going to have to come from deep within you. and everything that's going on in your life now is there to take you back to yourself to find those answers, because the outside world, you can't really trust it too much right now. There's too much unpredictability. And also with the Tower, someone perhaps you thought you could trust, you couldn't trust, or you can't trust, but maybe you trusted the person too much. Maybe you got all of your values and feedback from the person without ever checking really in with yourself. So this is more a realignment in the end, for you to have more self-belief in the end. So something could happen that's completely out of the blue, take you a bit on a journey to teach you about who you are, what you believe in, to see another perspective on things as well. The seeker often in this card, they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's why the next card after the Tower is actually the Star, which is when the seeker, they have survived it and they have come through it. They see the light at the end of the tunnel. They can relax. The Tower is while you're in the middle of a huge emotional upheaval, and it can speak of incompatibility in a relationship, or you are actually too similar. You are too similar, and you're therefore facing yourself constantly, and all the things that you're unable to deal with your own personality is constantly facing you, triggering you, looking back at you. Whatever the trigger is, that's for you to find out. That's where self-examination comes in. But the Tower can be, unfortunately, a bit of a dreadful card to get in relationship, because it means something unexpected can happen. However, I find that the Tower often speak more on what goes on an emotional level. And for masters, for people who are here to master life and themselves, who are want to evolve and better themselves, this card then speaks of what you have to master now is your emotions. To not react so much, but more master your emotions. But to do that, you have to be more secure within yourself. So in relationship, be more secure within yourself. Rely a little less on validation from your partner and from people you are going out with if you're dating. And find out what you stand for, what you believe in, what is your agenda, what do you want out of life. This card will force you to answer those questions. So that's at least is the purpose of this card, is to push you to find those answers that will actually give you much more strength within to help you get the life that you deserve. And in love, if you're single, everything you're learning from this experience will help you know what sort of partner you want and deserve as well. So it's a lot easier for you to even enter into a relationship. But dating while you're in this means you're probably attracting the opposite of what you want. You're attracting the opposite type partners. There could be even violence and really dangerous situations involved in the Tower. So it's a bit of a warning here as well. So guys, the next card is the Star. It's the card after the Tower, and you can heal, you can reflect, and the Star, someone will notice you as well. And I really am looking forward to talk about that card, because the Tower is such a negative card, especially in love, but the Star is a really positive and wonderful card to get in love. So with that, let's move on. Bye guys.